Okay, good morning, everybody who's joining us, and happy LPN Day. We're really excited to have you all joining us this morning to unveil our brand new website to you, which is another component of some of the more modern changes that we have been making here at the Association of New Brunswick Licensed Practical Nurses. My name's Kathy Arsenault, and I'm the practice consultant at ANBLPN. And joining me as well today is Susan Duff, who's the Director of Registration and Policy here at ANBLPN. So before we get started, Susan and I both just wanted to take a moment just to express our sincere gratitude to you all with all that you've been doing throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. This has likely been the most challenging year in everybody's careers, and one that, of course, none of us could have predicted or expected. And we certainly know that you've all put in a lot of long hours, days and nights, and it's really been a whirlwind of trying to stay on top of new policies and guidelines on a daily basis, and sometimes multiple times throughout the same day there could have been policy changes. So you've certainly shown a tremendous amount of courage and diligence and professionalism as your help leading this fight against COVID-19. And for that, we do really thank you. And today we are showcasing a number of LPNs who were nominated by their employers for the 2021 Excellence in Practical Nursing Award. So that video has been posted to our Facebook page this morning. So if you haven't seen it yet, do check that out today. It's a nice little video of everybody that has been recognized by their employers. So this past year, we've really been working on that modernizing ANBLPN's image to coincide with the tremendous amount of growth that has been occurring within the LPN profession. We've strived to really give our new logo and website a much more modern and brighter feel to it. And of course, the LPN profession has made some great strides over the last 5 to 10 years, and we're seeing LPNs working very much to their full scope of practice in a lot of areas. And as you're aware, we did unveil our new logo back in February of 2021, and that is what you're seeing on your screen right now. We've kept our royal blue color with the white background, but we've also incorporated the gold color. And the addition of the gold was added just to signify excellence in the practical nursing profession. And our logo is really depicting the evolution of practical nursing, and it exemplifies how LPNs have risen up to the challenges that they have faced. And so the merging of that royal blue, the white, and the gold is showing that collaboration and mentoring between nursing professionals. And so the three words that we often use to explain our logo is collaboration, evolution, and celebration. So I'm going to take you to our brand new website now. I just need to switch screens, so don't panic if your screen goes black for a second. I just need to share a new screen with you all. So just one moment. And here we are. So this is our brand new website. What we're going to do with you this morning is to review the main features of our website with you. You will notice over the next few days or weeks that there could be a few tweaks or additions coming to the website, but all of the main pieces are there for you today. So you're going to be using the exact same web link as before. It's just www.anblpn.ca. And the first thing you should be noticing on your page is our new logo in full in both of our official languages. And in the middle of the page, we have kind of a short little pop-up bubble that comes up that gives you a simple explanation of what ANBLPN is. And so as you can see on your screen, we are the regulatory authority for all LPNs in New Brunswick, and our mandate is protection of the public. So I think you should be able to see my mouse here. And at the top of the page on the right, these are all of our social media icons. So if you're looking for our Facebook page or our YouTube channel or our Instagram page, you just need to click on the icon and it will take you directly into those social media pages. Just below that, you're seeing these 4 sub-tabs. So the first one is member login. This is where you're going to go to log into your individual ANBLPN accounts. So you all created your accounts when you registered for your 2021 license. So all you need to do, and I'm going to click on it now, is just click that link and it will come up. And you would just enter in your email as well as the password you created when you registered for your license. If you don't remember your password, then you're going to click the link that says forgot password. We don't have those passwords for you, so you would have to set that up again. And Susan is going to talk more about your individual accounts a little bit later in this presentation. So next to the member login, you see submit a complaint. And so this takes you to some explanations regarding what information is required if you need to submit a complaint for members of the public, if you're an employer, or if you are another healthcare provider, because of course we do have a duty to report any if we see any professional misconduct happening amongst our colleagues as well. So there are forms there. So depending on which category you belong to, there are corresponding complaint forms to be filled out. Then you're going to see find an LPN. So I'm going to click that one for you. And it should come up. So this takes us right into our public directory, and ANBLPN is required to keep this legally as a means of public protection. So an employer or somebody can type in the first and last name of an LPN just so they can determine their licensure status. So whether they're active, they're non-practicing, they're inactive, and it's just a means to ensure that they are a member in good standing. So that is on our website as well. And we are, as I said, legally obligated to have that the public database as a mechanism to ensure protection of the public. And then this last little sub-tab here is the language tab. So if you wanted to switch to French, you would just click Francais, and then all of the information on our website is available in French as well. So if we go down our home page here after these two smiling faces and the pop-up bubble, you'll see these two squares here. One is member login, so that's another area you could just click to log into your individual personal accounts where you just enter your email and the password you created. And there's another tab here for find an LPN, which again just takes you into that public directory. And if we scroll down just a little bit more on our home page, this is where you'll see our office location, our phone number. We also have a toll-free number, our fax line, what our hours of operation are, and this is just a general inquiry email, which of course is also the same that a lot of you have probably already used or seen before. So I'm taking you back up to the top of the screen here. And you'll see all these different tabs that we have for you. So this is where we hope it's going to be a lot easier for you to find what you're looking for when you do visit our webpage. So public protection has two sub-tabs here. So if we go into public protection, again, you're going to see what is a complaint. That just describes what a complaint is, types of possible complaints, and the purpose of the complaints process. So when you click on that, another page is going to come up. The next one is investigation and the discipline process. So that just further explains the complaints and the discipline process and the different committees that are involved when ANBLPN does receive a complaint against an LPN's practice. If you're looking to submit a complaint, you would click this one here. And we talked about this already a little bit earlier because at the top of your page, you also see that submit a complaint option as well. So it explains how you're going to submit a complaint and the corresponding forms that you're going to fill out because there is different forms if you're a member of the public or if you're an employer or a healthcare provider. And then this is our complaint summaries as well. So this is where the public can review all of the complaints and decisions that were made against an LPN's practice. So you'll see here that it starts way back in 1990 up until present day. And again, this is required by law as a mechanism of public protection. So I'm just gonna go back to public here. So then the other little sub-tab with public is information. So that takes you directly to our annual report. So we always keep the most recent annual report on our website. So what you'll find here is the 2019-2020 annual report. We also always have our LPN Act on there as well. So of course, that's just some light legislative reading for you all if you ever want to get caught up on your legislation. And again, we have find an LPN. So that takes us back to the public directory, which we already reviewed. So now I'm going to take you to the members page, tab, I should say. And this is where you're likely going to spend most of your time as an LPN. And you see all these various categories here. So we're going to start with the first one, which is your regulatory requirements. And you'll see a lot of different links here. So again, if you need to be looking something up in the LPN Act, you'll just click here. Our standards of practice is here, and this is just a little reminder that our standards of practice was recently revised. So this is the 2020 version here. So if you haven't looked over your new standards of practice, it's a good opportunity to do so. Our entry-level competencies are found here, requisite skills and abilities, the Code of Ethics, and the ANBLPN bylaws. So these are all our core regulatory documents that we all have to be adhering to. I'm going to skip over licensure and renewal right now because Susan is going to talk more in depth to that. So what I'm going to take you to now is practice resources, where you're likely going to be spending a lot of your time if you're looking for some information regarding your practice. So there is all kinds of information on this page. So this is all of our short FAQ and fact sheets. So of course, immunization, duty of care, things like that are all there. These are our quick little one-pagers where we try to respond to your most common questions. These are all of our position statements. So we have 3 of them there. These are all of our practice guidelines that we've been creating. And a lot of these guidelines have been revised in the last year or 2 as well. So it's good to go back and have a look at those. We've separated out all of our medication administration resources. So we have our guidelines, self-assessment, and the parenteral module as well. And we have a separate self-employment tab. So we do have a self-employment guideline. And of course, as many of our self-employed nurses are aware, you are required to have additional insurance if you're self-employed. So if you are thinking of becoming a self-employed LPN, we do encourage you to, of course, read the guideline. There's an application form for the additional insurance that is required when you are self-employed. And these are all from Lloyd Sad, which is our insurance broker here at ANBLPN. So this describes the insurance programs that they have and what you're required to have as a self-employed LPN. And there's some optional coverage as well that you might want to consider looking at. And just below that, this is for everybody. This is your LPN insurance. So I find with COVID and people taking the immunization course that we have and starting to work in pharmacies, this has been a very frequently asked question is, what do I have for insurance? Do I need extra insurance if I'm working for a pharmacy? So you only need that extra insurance if you are self-employed. But every member that is actively registered with us has this medical malpractice liability insurance. So you can just click on that and see what you have for insurance coverage as a member. This is an FAQ regarding medical malpractice insurance from Lloyd Sad. This explains medical malpractice insurance. If you had to report a claim, this shows you how to do that. And then there's a legal advice hotline bulletin as well that would take you right to Lloyd Sad as the insurance broker, because we don't give legal advice or insurance advice here at ANBLPN. So there's a lot of great information under the practice resource tab. And then everybody's favorite, the continuing competence program. So this gives you a short explanation of what the continuing competence program is. And then these are all of the supportive documents that have been available to you to help you through that CCP process. So we have an insurance book, we have a record of learning. These are the forms that you should be filling out in real time for your learning goals each year. We have the self-assessment tool. We also have an example or template for you that kind of shows you what a good one would look like. So you can always use that as a guide as you're filling out your own. And we do have a webinar on CCP as well. So all of that is available to you under the CCP tab. Webinars and videos is the next one. So this is probably the most common question that I get from people too whenever we run a webinar is they say, will it be recorded? And so yes, all of our webinars are recorded. We upload them to our website and our YouTube channel following the presentation. So every webinar we've ever done is all here. If you've missed any of them, you can always go back and watch them later. So we have a 3-part regulatory education series here. Foot care, interprofessional collaboration. We had a 2-part professionalism series. And of course, today's webinar will be uploaded here as well by the end of this week. And this is a new area that we're working on, I guess, is video. So we'll be doing some short, like 5 to 10 minute long videos, just to give you some quick information. So this is the one that a lot of you would have already viewed when we were explaining the role of LPNs in New Brunswick, just to help promote the LPN profession a little bit. So that's the only one you're seeing there right now, but we do have plans to do a few more of these short, quick little videos to give you some information. So you'll see those there as well. And then we have communications, so I'll just click on that one. So again, this is where you can go to find the annual report. And these are all the publications of the Blue Band, so the electronic newsletter that we send out bi-monthly. So we'll aim to keep the last year's worth of newsletters on the website. So we do email these all to each of you, but if you lose that email and you wanted to look something up in a past Blue Band, you'll be able to find them all right here. And the last tab I'm going to talk about before I pass it back over to Susan is again, the concerns and the disciplines tab. So we already really kind of reviewed this, but this is a place for you to go as well if you're just going into members when you go into our website, which would again, explain what's a complaint, what is the process, how do I submit a complaint, and again, you'll find the complaint summaries there as well. So I'm going to pass this over to Susan now, so she'll continue on with the licensure and renewal and review the rest of the tabs with you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm just going to ask Kathy to put the website back up. My apologies. And I'm just going to get controls so that I can show you our next steps. Glad to have you all here. So under the Members tab, Licensure and Renewal will bring you to a number of documents. This first one just as a general idea of what licensure and renewal is all about, and explains that you must have maintained 1,000 hours over the 5 most recent years, as well as participate in, as Kathy explained, the continuing competence program. Our first tab takes you to registration statuses, and I will open this one as we do have a bit of a change in the past year. So what was previously known as inactive is actually now non-practicing. And move my cursor out of the way. It would be for those that are on sick leave, maternity leave, or perhaps someone who's working in another province or has taken a leave from nursing, but still is eligible to reinstate their license. What we used to utilize, the terminology inactive, does have a different meaning in our new world. It means that more requirements may be in place to reinstate your license. So those are the descriptions of those license statuses. The next piece are the annual audits, and the annual audits are explained here. There are 2 that we do every year. So we audit a percentage of our membership, verification of hours, and that's where employers are contacted directly to verify each LPN is maintaining their 1,000 hours in the most recent 5 years. And Kathy did a great explanation about the continuing competence. The reentry program provides a description of when this program would be eligible to members, applicants, or students. And we do have a fee schedule here. We've never had this on our website before. Everyone always had to call or email us. But it is a list of all of the fees that are required for any of our members or our students or our applicants coming to us. The one thing that our membership fees page does not include is our clothing and our swag. And that will be something that will be coming to us in the future. And the last step is the criminal record check online. And this is with our partner, Sterling Backcheck, and they provide a cheaper price and a faster service for our members, applicants, and transfers that require a criminal record check. So just easy access for everyone. So coming soon under this tab will be the 2022 renewal information. Renewal will open October 1st, not before. We know we've been moving the date a little bit, but it will statically stay now as October 1st to November 30th for renewal. So come back here for more information on this. There as well will be under our members tab, will be coming a tab that will say how to. And that's going to provide a few step-by-step support pieces, documents for your account and for our website. Just please note with licensure and renewal, every member is legally must complete the renewal form. Even if you are on payroll deduction from your employer, we cannot legally do this for you. So I'm going to move over to the Applicants tab. You'll see there are 3 groups that will utilize this tab. They will be all of our students until they become members. Once they become members, they'll switch over. Internationally educated nurses that are applying to come to work in New Brunswick. And we've been welcoming an increased number of interest from internationally educated nurses. And our transfers. Transfers are LPNs in other provinces that have never been licensed in New Brunswick before. It is not for LPNs that were licensed in New Brunswick previously and perhaps say went west to work and are looking to return. This would actually be considered a reinstatement of their licensure. More information will come under the Licensure and Renewal tab for that probably within the next week. So there are many resources here for each of those groups, all of the documents that they require and links. The Employers tab, so if you're an employer that actually employs LPNs, this tab is for you. The first tab is the LPN practice, and that provides a link to the official documents. So for any employer, we're making an easy spot for them. And employer resources takes them right back out to the member resources as well. Find an LPN tab, the practice resources, and the 3 tabs that are probably the most important for employers is the guideline for employers. Is this an employment issue or a complaint? And as well, oops, sorry, too quick on the draw. Is it an issue or a complaint as a flowchart? And a document on supporting LPNs with significant practice issues. So this is a decision-making flowchart, documents on how to go about determining whether this is an employment issue or complaint. And we've also provided the GPN policy for our employers as well, because they are our partners. There will be an employer login. As you can see, it's under construction right at the moment. Employers always have required, we've provided them with a login for themselves so that they can check, especially at renewal time, the status of licensure on all of their employees. The last tab we have here is About. So there is general about information, so it's for anyone, general overview of ANBLPN. And for the first time, so they're about, talks about us, provides our mission, our vision, and our values. And the links are repeated here for some of our primary information. For the first time, we've actually listed our board of directors. So these are our current board of directors. You can see their position and or the region that they represent, and as well our public members. And I'll scroll back up, and under About is a staff contact. So we've provided here staff listing, contact information. There are direct links to our emails so that you can easily connect with the person, most appropriate person to meet your needs. So I'm going to take you into an account. I'm just going to stop this share for a moment. As soon as I get my controls back here. Kathy, I may need you to bring the main screen back up. Actually, no, I can get it, sorry. All right. So this would be where you would go to log in. And you're going to go to the member login. You're going to put in your email address. Let me grab this. This is a test account. And you would put in your email address and the password that you created. So, and if you've forgotten your password, you can actually request. Now this is a test. It would have password reset, forgot my password here. So once we go into an account, then you are going to see that first and foremost, you can actually change the language. It will use your primary language that you listed, but you can change it at any time. There's an announcement button here. We can send announcements at times. Sometimes you'll see them pop up. And there is your account here. You can change your password, or you can actually log out. And it really, it's important that you do log out for your account security, because if someone went back onto your computer and went to that website, it could keep them logged in. So once you're in your account, you're able to see your current license status. So that is here. You can get a copy of your certificates, you can view them, or you can download them. And you can also see your invoices. So this person has an invoice there. You can also see, if you click on this button, those that are already paid. So if you go sideways with the arrow, you will see the actual invoice. And I'm going to show you how to pay this invoice in here. So if we click on pay, and we're going to say the name on the card is, I'm going to say is test. Put in your card number. Oops. And your expiry date. And the 3 digits off the back. You submit payment. Just be patient, don't click it again. Tells you your invoice has been paid in full, and you can view that here. And you can actually see the receipt here. So that's as easy as that is to pay an invoice. When you go to download certificate, you're going to see all of the licenses for the person, for yourself. You'll be able to download your tax receipt or the license from here for the previous year. The My Documents section, this person's updated their profile quite often, actually. So maybe they change their email address quite often. And any other variety of documents, it will vary person by person. For your My Groups, every member that we have that's an active license is a member of the Active Practicing Members Group. And that's something that we utilize here at the office in order to be able to communicate with people. But for example, if you were a part of one of the immunization module groups of recently, you would actually see that here, and that's how you'd access that. The My Profile tab is where you see all of your information that this should look familiar from when you did your renewal last year. And if your information has changed, so your contact information, your phone number, email, you get married, you add another employer, you can click to edit your profile. You will be able to add. So if we want to make a change of information, so if your name changed specifically, most commonly, if you got married, you would change your last name and you would have to upload your copy of your marriage certificate. If you opened this by mistake, you can close it by clicking the garbage can. So you would review all of your information that you have. You'll see your previous hours worked, your employment information, your specializations that you have recorded. You can add more. And if you actually were working in another province, because we do have a number of members that carry membership in 2 provinces, you can add that there. And this is a survey information that we do need to record the number of LPNs that are actually looking for information. You would just submit this, it would get approved, and your information would be updated. I'm just going to withdraw this for that sake. Pre-authorized debit is where you'll see your payments to date. This person doesn't have an account, but there'll be more information coming under the Licensure and Renewal tab in the next few days on how these amounts will be applied during your renewal time in October, from October 1st to November 30th. The last link will take you actually back to the ANBLPN website. So that's a really quick overview of your account. It's very simple to run once you get going with it. And we will have some how-tos with some pictures and steps to do some of these steps coming in the very near future. So I am going to take it back, and I'm going to stop sharing and pass this back over to Kathy.
Perfect, thank you. So I'm just going to turn my video on for a moment because we are going to give you all just a quick little sneak peek that we are getting some new merchandise in. So this is our new LPN hoodies, LPN or EAA for our Francophone members. That does have our new logo on it. So it's not available for purchase yet. We are just in the process of ordering things, but that will become available to you very soon. So I just wanted to give you kind of a sneak peek of the shirts. We've also ordered some tote bags as well. So this is one of the tote bags in a cream color. And we also have a darker one, gray one, so they don't get as dirty as quick either. And we have some mugs coming and lots of other fun things. So we just thought we would give you a quick little sneak peek at the to come. And of course, you're all getting the decals for your car as well. We're going to be in the process of mailing those out. So just be patient. We have 4,000 to mail out, so it will take us a little bit of time, but they will be coming in the next couple of weeks. So we have about 10 minutes available for if you have any questions or comments. You